The Messy Chronicles is back, and Young Thug, ooh-wee. The ATL's most unpredictable and headline-snatching rapper is right in the middle of another storm. More of his jail calls have leaked, and at this point, it feels way too calculated to be an accident. Somebody is clearly targeting him, and it's starting to look like an inside job. It's not just DA Fani Willis trying to bury him in court. Nah, it's starting to feel like certain industry power players want him gone too, and they're pulling strings behind the scenes. Now, if you've been tapped in, you already know the scandal started when his interrogation video dropped. That clip supposedly showed him snitching on his shooter, Pee Wee Roscoe, and that's wild, because Thug has always sworn up and down that he don't do no snitching. Remember, this is the same man who iced out Gunna and made the whole rap game turn their backs on him, claiming Gunna snitched during the Rico mess. But now folks are calling Thug a hypocrite because it looks like he might have done the very same thing. The streets don't forget, and the backlash is getting uglier by the day. And if that wasn't enough heat, these jail calls are throwing gasoline on the fire. Thug hasn't just been talking about his own case. He's been name-dropping and clowning people all across the industry. In one call with his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist, he straight up dissed rapper GloRilla, saying she was ugly.
I saw the girl, GloRilla.
Yeah.
Why don't people say she pretty? That be ugly as fuck.
You think she ugly?
You said it. Like, yeah, they say she ain't ugly. People, men be saying she ain't ugly. That bitch ain't nothing.
They be saying she look like Rihanna.
Man, be like goddamn Rihanna.
Rihanna.
She look like Rihanna. Long ass bush ass wig, skinny shit. Goddamn big ass head, big mouth. Man, watch out. It's crazy. They probably just really running around sneaking with her too. She on the Hannah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure some other niggas in her DM and stuff. Probably. You know, but I be feeling like sometimes a lot of niggas like that, it'll be like, if the girl was regular and you weren't trying to book the girl, you know, it's just like she got a number one song and, you know.
Niggas like, oh, let hit her. Man, bitch ain't talking about nothing. I would not pursue her at all, ever. Man, watch out. Watch out. That shit ain't man. All the shit I seen about her. Seen a video of walking past. Just big ass mouth, just like always laughing. Look at that bitch. She look funny. She look funny. Man, the girl look funny, man. Who the hell pursuing? Who trying to smack this? Man, you got me thinking like Trippie Redd or some shit and trying to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no.
Man, Trippie Redd done cuffed this girl. And she is like a super thot.
Can you believe that? Young Thug of all people judging somebody else's looks? That's insane. The internet is eating it up, dragging him for coming at GloRilla when his own image has been controversial for years. Fans are saying he needs to worry less about clowning others and more about saving his own career because the walls are closing in fast. Now this right here is beyond messy. First off, I cannot wrap my head around Young Thug having the nerve to call anybody ugly. Like, let's be real, that's the last insult he should be throwing around. And second, let's talk about him and Mariah the Scientist. These two, they are literally cut from the same messy cloth. The way they sit around gossiping about other people, it's giving two peas in a pot of drama. And honestly, now I see why they click. At first, I thought this couple was mismatched, like oil and water. But seeing them clowning and cackling together, it makes sense now. Everybody gossips with their partner, sure, but what makes this wild is the target of their little roasting session. Young Thug randomly brought up GloRilla out of nowhere, completely unprovoked. And instead of shutting it down, Mariah was in the background laughing like it was the funniest thing ever. That's messy on messy.
He's a physical duality. He a strong bitch and a strong man. He a strong bitch and a strong man.
And let's not forget, GloRilla actually brought Mariah out on stage at her own show once. So you know Mariah has to be feeling embarrassed now that the world heard her giggling while her man disrespected someone who showed her love. And Young Thug? He keeps proving that behind all that tough street persona, he's got the pettiness level of a reality show cast member. As Charleston White once said, he got the gossip streak of a woman. And this right here proves it loud and clear. Now here's where it gets real spicy, because GloRilla clapped back at Young Thug. She didn't just brush it off. She let it be known that the same man calling her ugly was the one blowing up her phone, begging to know what color her eyes were. Can you imagine? She basically said, "So the man clowning me is the same man calling me, huh?" You heard that, Mariah? That was a direct shot, and the internet went wild. And to be fair, Thug did try to backtrack once the heat turned up. He put out an apology saying, "Glo, first of all, I'm sorry for my words. Honestly, I don't think you're ugly at all. I was just talking from jail, having a hard time with life. I don't like bashing girls and hardly ever did. I'm sorry to you, twin. But do y'all really buy that? Please?" If these jail calls keep leaking, Thug might have to go on a full-blown apology tour just to clean up the wreckage. But it doesn't stop there. Another leaked call showed him speaking sideways about Lil Durk, and that's messy because Durk actually turned his back on Gunna in support of Thug during the Rico drama.
What's up with the boy Durk? What's up with the boy Durk?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did a lot of player shit for the boy too though when the boy career went where it supposed to be, man. Pluto, I was really like locked in with him. Like, yeah, I don't know. He acting a little different. I don't like that, man.
What you mean?
Like,
what he?
I done sent him a few songs. He just like, he just got down taking his time. You know, nigga go to
man, that's
4-5 days,
yeah.
10 days later, just like that little type shit. Like, man, you got going on, man. He sent a song from the last app. Yeah, he sent a song for it. Then goddamn, when it's time to clear the song, he don't clear the song. So the song didn't make the album. Like, look,
He ain't
like,
cleared.
Man, didn't clear it. Didn't clear the song.
What you mean ain't cleared the song?
Yeah, he did. He worked that one. Then you get on the internet, keep talking about thug this and that, man. Cut that cap and shit out, man. You rap to be crazy, boy. You rap hell, boy.
Yet Thug was heated that Durk wouldn't clear a feature for him, and that sparked tension. One of Durk's affiliates, OTF Twin, even jumped in and said, "That ain't on them phones gossiping like a straight bay ing. I'll never trust a man that put on makeup and a dress." Ouch! The respect level for Thug is dropping fast, and it's showing in the reactions. And if you thought it ended there, nope. He also had smoke for Kendrick Lamar. Thug was mad that Kendrick wouldn't give him a feature, especially since Kendrick was collabing heavy with his own artist, Baby Keem. Thug allegedly went as far as to say Kendrick will never be Drake, because Drake actually collaborates with other artists more. That's a bold statement to make from behind bars, and fans are already debating if Thug's jealousy is showing more than his talent right now. Whew, Young Thug sure does know how to run his mouth, doesn't he? The man was heated over Kendrick Lamar not returning his calls and refusing to give him a feature. But here's the kicker. Kendrick didn't just ignore him. He addressed it loud and clear in his track, Squabble Up. He basically told Thug and others to pipe down, saying, "These some whole other politics. Be with them and got some back in them. That's a whole lot of it." And then he went straight for the jugular. "Tell me why you not guys rap if it's fictional. Tell me why you sped if you criminal. Doc, can I get a drop? Ninja, nah." In other words, Kendrick wasn't sugarcoating. He let it be known he wasn't rocking with Thug at all. Now let's be real. Kendrick isn't obligated to collaborate with anybody. But a lot of rappers act like they're entitled to features, especially since they've been spoiled by Drake's playbook.
You nigga get too big, I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why wouldn't you want to do a feature for a superstar? You really got Lil Durk calling you for a song. Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar calling you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit, nigga. We going number 1 too. What you thinking? You know, it's just like, I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake, ever in life. But if with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of butter? Kendrick, goddamn, put a nigga on. You're a superstar. You don't ran up, you a few hundred M, but you ain't put nobody on, though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Because the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that. Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help, though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't big. I truly believe you do a song with me, Wham, Durk, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending. Like, you really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna with nobody? You ain't gonna bless nobody? You supposed to be fucking with me, Wham, Durk, Savage. You supposed to be fucking with us. You supposed to be calling us like, "Hey, man, I want y'all young niggas on my album." I'm on some player shit this time around. I'm on some player shit. Like, come on, man, goddamn.
Drake built his empire partly by spreading the love. He's collaborated with tons of rappers, given them career-changing hits, and in return kept himself hot in the streets by staying everywhere at once. Drake made it look easy, and plenty of artists ate good off those collabs. But Kendrick? He's not built like that. He moves way more selective, only working with artists he truly vibes with. He's not the type to hand out verses just so someone else can get clout. Remember, he once said, "Ain't no big three, it's just big me." That right there tells you his mindset. He's focused on legacy, not boosting up every rapper who asks for a feature. And that's why it's wild to me that Thug thought he was gonna get a verse out of Kendrick. It was never gonna happen, and honestly, the fact that Thug feels salty about it just makes him look more pressed. Even more interesting? Thug was supposed to be cool with Drake, so why is he so desperate for Kendrick's stamp of approval? Maybe deep down, he knows that a Kendrick verse hits different, and not having that cosign stings. But either way, it just goes to show, Kendrick's not bending, and Thug's not getting what he wants. So let's get into this. Why would Young Thug even be desperate for a collab with Kendrick when Kendrick is basically Drake's nemesis? That right there says a lot. And honestly, it's proof that Drake really needs to tighten up when it comes to who he works with. Because let's be real, half the rappers he's put on have turned around and switched sides on him, Kendrick included. If anybody should be more selective, it's definitely Drake. But circling back to Thug, he's been getting dragged through the mud over these leaked calls, and the backlash is only getting louder. He even tried to clap back, saying, "Bashing me only gonna F the rap community up more. I'm blue to this fake game." Now folks are confused. Did he mean blueprint or glue? Because the internet already twisted it, with one person clowning, "Blue? You mean Blue Lives Matter?" The jokes are flying, and Thug cannot catch a break. And honestly, a lot of people are calling this straight up karma. Karma for how he did Gunna, for branding him a snitch, and for turning the whole industry against him when the Rico heat was on. Now the tables have flipped, and Thug is the one being labeled a hypocrite. People hated how dirty he did Gunna, and now they're saying, "Look at him, this is exactly what he deserves." But here's the scary part. If more of these calls leak, and it turns out he's been talking reckless about other big names like Future, 21 Savage, or even Drake, oh, it's over. His reputation will be cooked, and he may not be able to bounce back from that. The rap game is watching every move, and Thug is running out of passes. Anyway, let me know what you think about this whole messy situation down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.